Hi. I'm in a little bit of a green outfit, so... Oh, there you go. Either the background goes invisible or I go invisible. That's better. Just kidding. Guys, this is real. I'm really here. I'm really in New York. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hi, welcome. So I live a lavish life, as you know. So I will be leaving this stream in 2 hours-ish. So we must be concise. We must be careful with our time and make sure that we as in myself and my mouth, blah, 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 for too long. And it should be easy because this is a new person. She has nothing to do with Hollisville, as far as I know. So Bethenny Frankel is like in a different universe. She doesn't exist on the Hollisville timeline. But you know what does exist on the Hollisville timeline?
Vacation labia.
Vacation labia exists there. Also, this one might be my favorite soundbite. New soundbite. Not my favorite soundbite, but my new favorite one.
You have a wig in your panties.
That's going to be the insult of the newest insult at the schoolyard, at the jungle gym. Well, yeah, you think I'm stupid? Well, you have a wig in your panties. Rachel Hollis said so. And I saw it on the Kia's World stream. Excuse me. Okay, so let me know who knows Bethenny Frankel as a person and who has no idea. And so the reason that I am intrigued by her, and I won't give it away, please let me know in the comments if you know her or not. If you know her / love her, and if you know her and hate her, or if you don't know her at all. Those are the three options. But she reminds me in a lot of ways of Rachel. So I guess that is the connection. There's a lot of similarities. As much as they're different, they are also similar, and I'll point those out along the way. So prepared to be amazed.
Ooh, shit.
Now, however, it's important to know and remember.
I have no facts.
I have no facts. Accurate. Okay, so let's see. Bethenny Frankel. Where can I begin with who this is? If you watch Real Housewives of anything, Real Housewives, if you're familiar with the franchise, the Real Housewives of XYZ, you probably know who Bethenny Frankel is. She's part of the New York edition, but that's not how she got started. She actually, let me pull up a picture of her so we know who the heck we're talking about. And this is just like a review. I see some people say, yeah, she makes skinny margaritas, skinny wine. Yep. She's a very talented businesswoman. She is good at making money. I will say that. I don't think she's not talented, but I think she's a little bit conniving. Is that the word? Here she is. So she actually got her start. There's a couple funny anecdotes about her. She was Paris Hilton's nanny at a time. Crazy, I know. And she also she had an events company that did not work out. And that's the first connection to Rachel that I wanted to point out. That she lived in LA. That's where she was Paris Hilton's nanny, I guess. And then she also was Jerry Bruckheimer's assistant for some period of time while she was launching her events company in LA. Didn't keep doing that, but I think because she has that event planner mindset, she got onto the Apprentice Martha Stewart edition. That's where she hit the big time, in essence, and she came in second place. So that's how she got her start in the TV world, and then transitioned into I always want to call them the Desperate Housewives because I used to watch that show back in the day. But she's and the Real Housewives, not the desperate ones, the real ones, not the scripted show with Felicity Huffman. So that's her. Let's go to her website. And this is all going to culminate in why she's relevant today, I swear. Possibly. Basically, she has changed her persona a few times as well, just like Rachel has. And she has, I think, turned herself into a relatable queen. But in reality, we all fucking know by now that someone with $100 million is not relatable to most people, in my personal professional opinion.
I am not a medical authority, but
I'm not a business authority, but here is what I think. No, and yeah, she had a show as well. She had a talk show after one of the seasons of The Desperate Housewives, The Real Housewives, and it did not last. It was like, so Mel Robbins also had a show like that, a daytime talk show that didn't pan out. So I think some of these self-help people, they convince media executives that they're very popular, and then in reality, they only have the same group of diehard fans that cycle in and out from MLMs and things. And then her second big thing is that she started the Skinny Girl brand of everything. Skinny Girl popcorn, Skinny Girl margaritas, Skinny Girl wine, Skinny Girl lip gloss. And that's a big part about what we're going to be talking about today, in regards to hypocrisy in her brand and in her, at least, public persona. There's a lot of, and I guess you can say this about anyone who's critical. You can look at me and say, oh my God, all the hypocrisy that I probably live in my life on a daily basis. But I think when you start to call people out for certain things, or call other public figures out, like Bethenny's doing now, it's hard not to look at that person and go, okay, well, are your hands clean here? And the answer to me is absolutely not. And that has to do with Skinny Girl literally being a brand that is for weight loss, which is okay. I'm not going to fault you for that, but, stands by the message of Skinny Girl is best. But then also is going to, call out all these diet culture people. It's like, come on, you own a fucking multi-million-dollar company that's called Skinny Girl, and you're going to call out other influencers for, pushing diet culture? Give me a break. Anyways, here's her website. Not the greatest website. Oh, also, I watched in preparation for this stream. And so also, I know I'm talking a lot. Sorry. Also, sorry I'm talking on my live stream, which is what I'm supposed to do. Part of this is going to be, I want to put together a more cohesive, a more thoughtful video, like edited like the old days. But I was thinking, I end up doing all this research anyways in advance. So why don't we do the research live sort of together? And then I can still make the more condensed version for everyone watching, and for people who do not want to spend several hours watching me, which I totally get. They can also learn the important information. So instead of like researching all of this on my own time, let's just do it together. And then you guys can also help me too with like, hey, look at this link, or have you heard about this thing? Because that also helps me a lot. And if I don't know something, I can't add it to the video in time. So there we go. And she's also a writer, much like our friends in HouseWives. Of course, they're all best-selling authors. And she's got, of course, self-help books. Here's one. Love to read it. Business is personal. The truth about what it takes to be successful while staying true to yourself. You can pre-order this book. So that's exciting. And there's also some diet books. If you want to be thin, you can read her book. And so just again, like, I'm going to make fun of the website for a second. Here's the spot directly for me that she put in this website for live stream purposes. It's just a little all over the place for like a mogul, for a media mogul like herself. It's a little bit confusing. Oh, I was going to say, there's a show on HBO Max called The Big Shot with Bethenny. It's a reality show similar to The Apprentice. I bet because she was on The Apprentice Martha Stewart edition that she wanted to create her own when she hit it to the big time. It came out in 2021. It was a nightmare. If you have time and you're interested in this person's personality, I think it's clearly in the show. Some of it was refreshing in the sense of she hated everybody, and she was very clear about that. And sometimes I think of things about people. I'm like, God, that bothered me, or oh God, that was annoying. And she seems to just blurt it out. But then it crossed into a line of like, I think, sort of harassment and belittling people who are trying to work for her on camera on national TV. And then and her, I don't know. Ultimately, I don't think that person, even the one that won, even like works for her anymore. I don't know for sure. I haven't seen her around, the woman around who won. And it was just sort of a cluster, the whole show. So if you have some time, you can watch that. Okay. So I think we can watch some of her just to get an idea. Let's hear from Bethenny for a second, just so you can get an idea, if you have no idea who this is, what she's all about. This is one of her, amazing social media posts. She's all about social media.
I'm really excited. I am launching Skinny Girl Eats, and this is Skinny Girl pepperoni cauliflower crust pizza and margarita cauliflower crust pizza. Yum! Cauliflower crispy delicious pizza.
We're always choosing sadness every day. And crispy. Okay, wow. That was revolutionary. Thank you so much, Bethenny. I want to play this video now. It's from September 1st, so recently. And we're kind of going through the background here, like who this person is, developing who they are as a person and as a brand. She's very rich. Let's just say that. The Skinny Girl brand, she sold some of it. She sold some of the rights away to like a bigger company. And I think with that, I read it was like multi millions that she got from that sale. Plus she's got all this other stuff. She's got shapewear. That's like, what's that one? Spanx style stuff. That's Skinny Girl. So she's not, a lot of this conversation is going to be about how she's like, I'm relatable. I'm just like your average girl. And then all the reality of that just not being true. She lives in the Hamptons also. Come on. It's sort of annoying. And so this one, I think, this interview, which is recent, really helped me understand like the delusion, I believe, that goes on with these celebrities that get on TikTok specifically, that because, their brand has been successful thus far in the world, that they will and deserve and will find success in every platform from now forward. And I think it's sort of evident in this CBS Morning interview.
Bethenny Frankel is the New York Times best-selling author, philanthropist, and self-made entrepreneur. She does a lot of stuff, that Bethenny Frankel. And now she's adding a new title to her resume. Listen to this. Beauty influencer. What? Her beauty reviews on both luxury and drugstore products have really exploded on TikTok. Since spring, her fan base grew by nearly 500,000 followers who watch her take on what's worth it and what's not worth it. Her opinions are based strictly on her own personal experience. Here's Bethenny.
It gives you the toastiest glow that is so easy to attain that even an idiot could not screw it up, because it's not too dark, it's not gloppy on the toppy. This is crazy. It's gigantic. How are you going to travel with this? If you don't have a private plane, you have to be a billionaire to use this product, because if you don't have a private plane, how are you traveling with this? Look at the difference in my two eyelashes. That was...
So I'm not saying she's a billionaire, but there was an article written about her, not too long ago that was like, she's on her way to $1 billion company. So the way she nonchalantly talks about like, billionaire, you're going to have $1 billion. Again, just keep that in mind. And also we're going to talk about her sending cease and desist to other young, smaller creators on TikTok specifically. Meanwhile, she's bashing and has bashed, and I use that word sort of, not ironically, but I think it's a bash. I bash people all the time. She's bashing the Kardashians, which I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but it's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, okay, how are you any better? And then also Meghan Markle, which I don't really have a super strong opinion about Meghan. I don't believe in the whole system of the monarchy, so I have avoided it on purpose for that reason. But I just think that further will show that she's sort of a hypocrite. Not even sort of. She's a full-on hypocrite, in my humble opinion. And she probably will send me a cease and desist, which, you know, will be exciting. Here we go.
Coat.
We're not even into the fucking interview yet, by the way. This is like a minute of, oh my God, this woman's so amazing.
This is like an A++ mascara.
Well, most of us don't have private planes. Frankel's the author of Business is Personal, The Truth About What It Takes to Be Successful While Staying True to Yourself. Bethenny Frankel joins us. She was here earlier with her book, and now she's back as a beauty influencer.
I love your adjective
Bethany?
there, the toastiest glow.
Bethany, I just think Bethenny likes to stir stuff up. You stirred stuff up on Real Housewives.
Yes.
Now you're back as a beauty influencer.
Yes.
How did that happen? I mean, when Bethenny walked in the studio, she goes, "This is crazy to me."
This is hilarious.
But you started this, Bethenny.
Well, but March 31st.
Okay, and this is very important for the story at hand because the creators that got the cease and desist, there's two of them that I know of, and one of them took down all the videos. That's Meredith. She took down all the videos after receiving a cease and desist. Now, cease and desists are just a threat of legal action. It's not actually a lawsuit, so she could decide to ignore it. But then you run the risk of, you know, if you have committed a crime in some way, defamation, then they're warning you before they're going to take you to court. But it's also a bullying tactic used at people who don't have as much money as, you know, multi-million-dollar business guru mogul Bethenny Frankel. And so she made some accusations or put into the ether, at least, the smaller creator Meredith, I believe, you know, talking about that Meredith, let me start over. Meredith, the small creator, who's in the thumbnail, she had looked up some trademarks about Bethenny, because Bethenny on this interview and on TikTok lately has been like, I just all of a sudden woke up and decided I want to become a makeup influencer. And everyone's like, okay, there's some sort of angle. It's not that she's just retired and decided like, I'm just gonna, you know, chill and do makeup reviews. It seems she's always been calculated, you know, from all of her other business decisions. If you watch that show, The Big Shot with Bethenny, everything she says, everything's calculated and strategic that she does in her business. So the fact that she's like, oh, I don't even know makeup at all. She thinks she invented makeup tutorials and makeup influencing online. So I'm gonna let it play, but this is an important part to the whole story.
First, I think it was when I started just doing my makeup. I don't know how to do my own makeup, and I don't wear makeup, which is the irony, but I was so confused with all the messaging and all the marketing, and I wanted to cut through. And I started doing this, just comparing. I would have a $50 side of my face to a $500 to see if it makes a difference. Is drugstore just as good? The answer is yes.
Well, that's
yes.
interesting.
But yes, and the moms were all reaching out saying, thank you, because I said, if you're an expert, keep scrolling. If you are a person who just wants to get out the door in 10 minutes and figure out how to make a difference in your face, then maybe we'll learn something together. And so I just decluttered this space.
And what are you finding?
She did not. There's been fucking drugstore versus expensive makeup for 10 years now, plus. It's insane that and these people probably don't know because they're, you know, been in the news business and are cut off from reality because they're, you know, busy and older. But this is like a ridiculous conversation. Bethenny Frankel did not create that concept. She's not the first one to cut through the noise of, you know, traditional marketing. It's so stupid.
I'm finding that, listen, there's an emotionality to the packaging and things that make you feel special, like a handbag or anything we own. So drugstores have to be mindful of that. And that there's no one brand. Every brand has one hero item, and then the rest could be garbage. Like, you got to kind of pick and choose, do an a la carte menu. No one skincare line should you do 12 steps every single day, because your skin's different every single day. You're dehydrated, your pores are clogged, and that we're being marketed to. But most importantly, most things do everything. A blush can be an eyeshadow. An eyeshadow can be a lip gloss if you mix it with the right cream.
A blush can be an eyeshadow?
Yes, you can mix it to get the matte look. I didn't realize that a highlighter could be for the pop of shimmer on your eyes. So we're being marketed the same products over and over. Foundation in a darker color.
Yeah.
Okay, also, just to note, she said, oh, I don't even know about makeup. Like, I don't even wear makeup, ironically. I've never seen her without makeup, but okay. She's like, I don't even wear makeup, you know, much. And, you know, I don't even I was just like learning together, whatever. in reality, she had skinny girl makeup like 5-10 years ago, and I'll find that there's like skinny girl lip gloss and skinny girl tinted moisturizer, and she said that she was super involved in the creation of the makeup line. So it's like, don't bullshit a bullshitter, you know? Like, again, it's just like, okay, I just created beauty influencing yesterday, and I also don't know makeup, so that's why I'm doing this very relatable routine.
Becomes a bronzer. So you could have like only 10 things and get you through
Get
everything.
your face done.
Yes.
I'm fascinated by this because for me, makeup is still paint by numbers. I couldn't put on a lash if you held a gun to my head. So I'm fascinated that you're doing this.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting kind of criminal. Pull the weapon out, was like, put that lash on immediately. So this is connecting, right? People want these reviews. They like them. They're clarifying. You're cutting through the clutter. But it's interesting that you've also accused Instagram and I believe TikTok also of shadow banning. And for people who don't know what that is, it means de-emphasizing your videos because of the content. Not banning you, but just not putting them in front of as many viewers. Right?
That is my biggest pet peeve, especially a celebrity. Like shadow banning, I don't even know if it's real. I have my doubts. I think there's a fluctuations in, you know, like how the algorithm works. You have some good days, you have some bad days. Shadow banned, come on. It's so ridiculous. It's like an excuse of like why you're not performing as well as you want to on this platform that is not meant for celebrities.
Right?
I'm accusing some system, some element. I don't know that it's Instagram or Twitter or that it's someone's team or that, you know, I know that people can push things down in the media. People can make a change with their teams of tech, you know, wizards. So I don't know where it came from, but I do know that I post beauty reviews that are fair, and I posted about the Kardashians, about their negative influence on society, in my opinion. And I spoke about Kim Kardashian's skincare, and immediately multiple videos of mine were getting fewer than 10% of what they normally get. But I mean, video after video. So I would normally get 30 to 50,000 views in an hour, and then I was getting 400 views or up to.
So you're saying somebody was deliberately.
Yeah.
I don't know about somebody or some element, but it's a fact that it went down.
So you're not saying Instagram or TikTok, but I did, so I have to read this little bit here. That Instagram told us in a statement that there are no restrictions on your account, and any claims that we shadow ban are untrue as a general statement. And TikTok, we never heard back from them.
Right. Well, TikTok, the people in the United States aren't really responding, and it's in China. I know that it absolutely happened, but I have no idea
5-0.
what.
Isn't that insane? Like, let's all take a collective moment here and go, okay, the delusion that you posted 6 videos and they did well, and then you posted 4 videos and they didn't do as well. It must be shadow ban. Someone's team over in China and on Instagram and through Meta is purposely, you know, critiquing me or criticizing me or whatever. It's like, give me a break. And maybe she knows that it's bullshit and she's trying to, like, you know, get into the conversation about shadow banning and like the unfairness of social media. But to me, it's just like, roll my eyes. Like, your tutorial, and we'll play some, the tutorials are boring. I mean, she's funny in the sense of she's like, this is trash. And then she curses a lot. Like, I get that whole shtick. But like the actual thing itself, and people were accusing her of lying because she did like a L'Oreal hair color critique, but she showed the bottle and people were saying that it wasn't mixed yet. So like, how would she have had the full hair? And she was like bitching about it. And the bottle was like not shaken like how it's supposed to be to actually, you know, use the applicator or whatever. So people were accusing her of like, this is not even true. So let's finish this part.
Manipulates the system.
Okay, there's a picture that you posted on Instagram. Can we put up this picture of Bethenny where you said this is a before and after? And
okay, this is the part that's, another part that reminds me of Rachel's famous bikini photo. This got like, and this is a media problem. This is a Bethenny Frankel manipulating or using the media the way that they allow themselves to be used. Like, first of all, this whole 6-minute interview is stupid. It should not be on the news. It should not take the time of Gayle King and the other anchor who are, you know, supposedly serious reporters and anchors at a national station that are making millions of dollars. They shouldn't be wasting their time promoting Bethenny's book and her TikTok account. It's garbage. But besides that, there's a before and after, right? This is Bethenny Frankel's way of showing that apps can manipulate people's images. This got like several national news stories about it. Okay, I cannot believe. First of all, she looks skinny in both of them. Number one. And it's like we're supposed to be holding her up as like, oh, relatable queen, that she dared to put herself and show reality versus, you know, the Facetune. Come on, there's so many better advocates for this stuff. Why are we? And I guess it's the media. It's the media. It's mainstream media that hasn't caught up with, like, I think a lot of other people are sick of this spoon-fed trash that is news.
And I'm looking at this, I go, Bethenny, what's the before and what's the after?
Well,
I'm calling a little.
Okay, so
Calling you out on that. You look good in both of those.
I'm sure. I think I look good too, but this is the first time I've ever done this because I'm always with no makeup. So I just cinched my waist a little bit, made the boobs a little bigger. And if you keep doing that over time and people start to get used to you doing that, it makes young women have a false ideal. Young men look for the wrong things, and I think it's damaging to young people. I know it's damaging. People are dieting excessively. They want to look like these pictures, and it's absolutely not inspirational. It's destructive for people to filter and make themselves look like a different version of themselves.
This is coming from a person who has a diet food line called Skinny Girl, and who wrote a book called Naturally Thin, which is all of her tips and tricks about how to be naturally thin. And one of them, I listened to a Celebrity Memoir Book Club episode about her memoir, or it wasn't, I guess it wasn't her memoir, but it was like Naturally Thin. Or no, actually, maybe it was Maintenance Phase. Those are the two podcasts I listened to, that and This American Life. Besides the point, that one of the tips was like scoop out all the insides of a bagel, and just, you know, put the cream cheese on the inside of the bagel. So take all the good parts out of the bagel, and just like the crusty, you know, burn stuff is left. Like, oh, that's the way to be naturally thin. It's like, okay, Bethenny.
You start with a pretty good before picture. I had a picture of me the other day. I go, God, my dress is all bunched up. It was my tummy. So I'm thinking, that's a good before and after shot.
It changes the standard.
I know, I get it.
It retrains what men are looking at, and they don't understand what normal is anymore.
And as a mother of a tween, I see what's going on, and they feel insecure. Why don't they look like that? Why isn't my waist this small? Why aren't my boobs this big? Why don't I have these Barbie-like proportions? And it's irresponsible, and I'm not here for it.
Well, Real Housewives
you are here
is
for
bringing
it.
on an influencer next to be the next housewife. Would you ever consider going back?
I can't see any reason to go back. I really can't. I'm actually walking on the beach with Andy tomorrow, and
we love
wants
Andy.
to talk. So who
Andy
knows
wants
what we're
to
going
talk.
to do?
We'll
What we'll
see.
do next.
I don't know anything about that part of things, about the Desperate Housewives part. I'm joking. I know it's Real Housewives, but I think Desperate Housewives sounds better. Yeah, I don't know anything about that lore and drama and whatever, so that's a separate issue. I'm only focusing on her as a business mogul, author of self-help content, and TikTok hypocrite. So that was funny. So that was in 2022. Just to remind everybody, I should have put up the text. That was September. That was like a month ago, 2022. So this is not a 2010, you know, someone said, like, is this from 2010? No, this is from a month ago. This is news, people. Okay, so here's the Today Show. So this is the NBC. So we were just on CBS. And this is also my, you know, I hate the news rant. And I hate the news as someone who wanted desperately to be in the news and to be a part of these shows. And once I got like a behind the scenes look, and I never worked in national, to be fair, but I worked for an owned and operated local station, which has like a national tie-in, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean, it does make sense. But if you understand what I'm saying, like about how I would know a little bit. Anyways, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all like, you know, oh, let me help you rub your back. I'll rub your back. A lot of it, especially when it comes to the morning shows, if you actually watch a full episode of like Good Morning America, you get about 20% like, okay, news. The rest is like PR garbage, in my opinion. Okay, so now we're on Today's Show. This is just more about the Bethenny Frankel post before and after edited bikini pics to show filtering is lying, as if we didn't fucking know that for forever. Okay, so she shared this image, amazing. This is very much making me feel like Rachel Hollis posts in a bikini because she has a stretch mark. And here's another one. This is because she posted, she has a history of keeping it real on social media. In December, she shared 2 makeup-free selfies on Instagram. Oh, wow. That's amazing that 2 photos for a woman who claims to never wear makeup is making national news coverage here. And this is what it says. When we need a wake up, no makeup selfie, #no filter. I'll post these for you periodically to remind you that no makeup and natural is as real as we can be. I haven't seen any surgery or products that can compete with a good night's sleep. Really? You don't think a facelift can compete with one good night's sleep? Okay. There may be a day that I'll ask you if it's time to get some work done, but for today, I'm happy just the way I am. #this is me. P.S. For the haters, I gave you a no Botox wrinkled forehead pic as well, just to avoid any confusion. Oh my God. Brave queen. The bravery. Thank you, Yaga Baba or Jaga Baba. Welcome. Amazing. She deserves $1 million trillion more than she already has. And then this is from 2020. And she said, okay, the headline again, the Today Show is very trustworthy, apparently, in this way of making up bullshit stories that have no, I don't know, just promoting random celebrities for no reason. Bethenny Frankel shares selfie to show lines on forehead. No work on this face. When critics claimed a recent filter-free selfie proved she had fillers, Botox, and more, the former Real Housewives star shot back with evidence to the contrary. It's very exciting. And she said, this is back in 2020, so she had started this idea of like, I'm going to be the first ever real queen online to show my real face and real whatever, you know. The more I see photos on social media that are filtered, contoured, eyelashed, extensioned, and retouched, the more important it is to post no filter, real everyday photos. I want to show our daughters and sons a realistic female image. Now look, I agree that that's important and good. I just don't think she actually does what she says. She posts like one time out of a million, like, you know, similar photos. So let's see. Let's just see. Okay. Oh, yes. There's definitely no filters in this, for sure. Oh, and look, it's sponsored by CoverGirl, perhaps. I don't know if it's sponsored by. Let's see. She likes this one. She likes CoverGirl. I have a feeling that she's in cahoots with some of these brands. I could be wrong. I don't know. Wow, very, very no makeup tier. I'm just being nitpicky, but like, okay, is this really helping matters? Like to go, oh, one time in 2020, I posted a picture of myself with no makeup on, and everything is makeup. Like, I don't know. It's just like, there's better advocates for this message than she is. But anyways, let's look at her TikTok for a second, and then we'll talk about the TikTok drama, because that's what we're really here for.
I decided to call the collection the
Every time I click on TikTok on my Google Chrome, it shows, it's like the same video that I watched 6 months ago. Okay, here we go. So she's got 1 million followers, and it says, CEO and founder of Skinny Girl, just be with Bethenny, forever young, be strong. Okay, now be strong is a whole separate issue, and I don't know if we're gonna have time to dive in too deep, but she's got a charity. Let's go back to her website. She's got a charity called Be Strong. Now, I don't know how much of this matters or whatnot, but she got accused, or she sent cease and desist to these 2 creators. We're gonna go more into details about that. But one of the things in her defense of sending the cease and desists, she said, well, they talked about my charity, and that's something that I really, really care about. And so that's where they crossed the line, and I couldn't take it anymore. And that's why I, took the drastic steps that I did. Now, she says it very viciously, and we'll watch that in a second. But more than I just did delivering that. But she's like, you can see all of the paperwork. You can look up all of the information. And that is true with like a nonprofit organization. You can look up all of the, like where the money goes, if it goes to administrative costs, if it goes to, funding this or grants or whatever. I looked at Tony Robbins stuff. I think I did it on a stream at one point, or I did it with Cringefluencers, where we looked up like where all of his donations were going to. I cannot find that with this. I don't think it's actually, and if it is like an action, because she calls it Be Strong, I don't think this is a legitimate, real 5013 or whatever they call it, where it's like a registered nonprofit where you can look up the information, because it's not on anything that I can find. It's affiliated with a different charity nonprofit, but that's not run by her. So I'm a little confused about Be Strong, and I don't have the knowledge to be able to decipher. And Heather, the lawyer, has been talking about this on TikTok, and we can watch some of her TikToks about it as well, because I think she's been doing a really good job of covering it over there. But I can't go look up. I've looked, I've tried, I've done all the same things that I do with every other nonprofit I'm interested in. I haven't been able to find like where all the documents are, even though she says there's documents. And she says there's hundreds of millions of dollars that have run through this charity. Okay, prove it then. Anyways. Okay, so let's just get an idea of Bethenny's content. This one's called This May Be Cheesy. Oh, this was posted 1 hour ago. So this is as recent as you possibly can be.
Shocked. If you're curious about plant-based, I would say the Whole Foods 365 plant-based cheddar-style cheese alternative. Don't get mad. Let's pretend that you have a dairy intolerance or something.
Okay, I don't care. Let's watch one of the makeup ones. She also does a lot of food stuff, and obviously she's got Skinny Girl, but she did go to culinary school, but I don't believe she actually was a professional chef ever. And there was actually a clip that I watched from the HouseWives where someone called her a cook, and she said, no, I'm a chef. And she's like, well, what's the difference between the two? And Bethenny's like, well, I was trained in culinary school and I'm a professional. It's like, well, you don't work in a restaurant, right? So you're a cook. And they went back and forth. So there was some distinction as to whether she's really a chef or not. Let's go. I need your help.
Natural deodorant is an area where you want to do the right thing, but you also
unfiltered,
want to
no
do the
makeup,
right thing in
sure.
your life. So I'm on the fence about certain natural deodorants because they really have to work. Show me one that does. Natural deodorant is an...
Okay, great. Very exciting. All right, here we go. Here's a tutorial.
I don't think we
This
change.
is her revolutionizing the industry.
I don't think we change. She's like, I think we do. This is in beauty. It's clean, effective, vegan, cruelty-free. I've had a hard time finding that information, which may indicate that something isn't clean and cruelty-free. And because the packaging is so cute, sometimes if it's really cute packaging, I think it's for kids and that it's not a clean beauty brand because it's fun. Some of those clean beauty brands have very natural packaging, and then sometimes non-clean beauty brands have very natural packaging, so you think it's clean. Hydrating gel cleanser. Does not have a significant scent. It has that texture that's gel and hydrating and gives a little bit of tack because it's going to be good for when you get into your priming step. Not too lathery, which means not chemically. That's a positive so far. Face glaze, a skin barrier
This is revolutionary.
veil. That's a word I like. This is good.
Okay, I'm bored. Okay, I want to hear her talking shit about Kim Kardashian. Oh, look. Oh, man, look. I peed my pants. That's a Rachel Hollis crossover as well.
Downtown Julie Brown. What is this? What is it? What is it? What is it? I like nothing. I want nothing. I want, what is this?
This is TheraBody TheraFace Pro.
There's so many of these products. This is the one. This is TheraBody.
Yeah.
How much? Oh my God. This I'll do every day. How much is this?
Okay, so it's $400.
Okay.
However, it has a bunch of like attachments, so you can do microcurrent.
Oh, I bet it does. Downtown Julie Brown.
Oh my God!
Humble queen. The entire room was crying. But see, okay, look at this comment. TikTok Bethenny is my absolute favorite yet. You're hysterical. You're gassing these people up. These celebrity people don't need your compliment. They need to be humbled immediately. Okay, so let me find, that's like just a random selection of what you can expect. She's got 1 million followers. I just don't find the super appeal of her necessarily. Like, that is anyone I've ever seen that's doing a beauty review seems to be in line with. I don't think she's any better than, I don't think she's revolutionized anything. But let's hear her talk about Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians for a second. Because this is where more hypocrisy, I believe, starts. Not a start, it just continues. Actually, let's do the Meghan Markle one first. Some people said this was racist. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I'm not the one. Obviously I'm white. I don't know. I'm not the one to speak if something is racist or not. But that was an accusation that a lot of people were saying online in response to Bethenny talking about Meghan Markle.
She's very much like a housewife in that she can't stop talking about the very thing that she wants to be irrelevant. She wants to sort of like eradicate and erase the royal family.
Bethenny Frankel slamming Meghan Markle for acting more housewife than HRH.
Okay, another comment just about news in general. Why are we doing this accent? Why are we doing this like transatlantic bullshit news voice in 2022? This is something I did not do well in school. In college, they were like, you need to practice your speaking on camera, voice. And I struggled so much because I'm like, this sounds idiotic. It sounds like I have a problem. Like the way that was just delivered. Bethenny Frankel thinks that this person's opinion is really fucking stupid. Like, why do we do that? Why do we allow this? Stop it. Stop it. This is no one sent in any money to me, so I guess I'll just play all these sounds for myself. But for real, here's a funny soundbite.
You are not required to get the flu this year.
There you go. There you go, guys. That is just a freebie from me. You are not required to get the flu this year. Okay, here we go.
So you want to be a voice for change, a woman for female empowerment. So do that. So do that in the future. Why do we keep in these nuanced, subtle ways, keep referencing things that happened in the past?
It all goes down on the latest episode of Just Be with Bethenny Frankel. The entrepreneur calls Meghan out for continuing to rehash her experience in the royal family after stepping down as a senior member in 2020.
I think it's the case that Meghan certainly feels that she was silenced to a degree. She has spoken about being able to use her voice now, which I think suggests that as a working member of the royal family, she felt at times restricted.
It's a topic Meg discussed on the premiere of her new podcast, Archetypes.
I don't ever remember personally feeling the negative connotation behind the word ambitious until I started dating my now husband. And apparently ambition is a terrible, terrible thing.
And again on the second episode.
If there's any time in my life that's been more focused on my race, it's only once I started dating my husband. Then I started to understand what it was like to be treated like a black woman, because up until then I had been treated like a mixed woman.
Bethenny's big issue? She thinks it's in the way Meghan speaks.
I think people don't like Meghan Markle because I think she talks down to other people. I think she's sanctimonious. And I think there's this subtext of elevation. She's up there, we're down here.
And Bethenny says,
isn't that hypocritical as fuck? Once again, like she's almost trying to mislead people that are dumb, I guess, or aren't willing to take the time to look for 5 seconds and go, okay, is what she's saying truthful or not? Because she's going to call the Kardashians out and say they're pushing toxic diet culture. But then the next second, or in the same world, in the same universe, she owns a skinny diet company. Okay. Meghan Markle talks down to people. Meanwhile, Bethenny is screaming on her reality show, telling people who are, signed up to try to work for her that they're like losers and why are you crying and all of that stuff. Like, she talked down to everybody on that show. It just seems very much like, get off my scent, like this is I talk down to everybody. You're up there. Like she's in the Hamptons on Mount Olympus and everyone else is below her, but she doesn't want people to think that because that's not cool or trendy right now.
Meghan's platform is kind of hypocritical.
I want to separate myself from the royal family. I was treated horribly. Subtle. I'm going to do these in these hidden messages, this Morse code to the public that's not going to directly say what I'm saying, but everybody in the royal family and in Great Britain understands exactly what I'm saying. So at least say it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Say they're a bunch of they're uptight, white, racist, white supremacist. Come out, say it or don't, but like these nuanced, I want my privacy, but I want a podcast. I want my privacy, but I want a Netflix special.
B's advice? She thinks Meghan should take a cue from another famous princess.
Let it go, let it go.
Oh my God. These shows are so bad.
Change in the future. And
hold on. Let's get her last opinions.
Create change in the future.
Right.
And leave that family behind because it's only creating more drama for your husband.
But Bethenny's opinion on Meghan is really nothing new. Back in 2021, after Meghan and Harry's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, the former Real Housewives star didn't have much sympathy for Meg's experience, tweeting, "Cry me a river, the plight of being a game show host, fairly unknown actress, to suffering in a palace with tiaras and seven-figure weddings for 2 whole years, to being a household name with Oprah on speed dial, fetching $7 million for interviews, and hundreds of millions in media deals, alongside a thinking face emoji."
As someone who is obsessed as Bethenny with money and making money, it's so funny again to be like, wow, oh, you had zillions of dollars, so none of your emotions matter. That's kind of rich and interesting that that's her perspective. Like, oh, well, you had money, so you should never complain. And I think that's how she might think about things. Like, well, if you have money, then there's nothing to be upset about. Or if you're if once you have money, like that's the key to everything. And it's like, okay, Bethenny.
Oh, what happened? Like, we watched the tell-all. It's not like a shock that we're reading now that there was a chilly reception. They weren't standing on the main balcony. They weren't sitting in the front row. No, Sherlock. You aired your dirty laundry of the most public family on the planet Earth.
Meghan has yet to respond to Bethenny's comment.
Yeah, I don't think she will, because who gives a fuck? Bethenny Frankel's opinion. The only people who cares are Today's Show and the CBS Morning News and Page 6. Okay, this is Kim Kardashian. So similar thing that we just saw. But again, hypocrisy is real. We're back to ET, our favorite. We love Yahoo News around here and ET.
Bethenny Frankel is going after the Kardashians once again.
And this is from August 2022, so 2 months ago.
Here she goes. After recently slamming Kim's impractical skincare line.
And for her latest rant, Bethenny took the Kardashian-Jenners to task on the latest episode of her podcast, Just Be, with Bethenny Frankel assuring listeners she's not jealous of the fam, while also explaining why she thinks we all just need a Kardashian intermission.
Here's the thing. We get it. We paid for it. We bought the lips, we bought the plane, we bought the boats, we bought the trips, we bought the cars, we bought the life. We bought it all. We know you're showing us the receipts for our purchases. We know. We need a palate cleanser. We need a break. We're like vomiting on it. And it just, the week of the Pete and Kim breakup was just like, leave us alone. We know. We lived through the you and Kanye. Like, we need a break. Can we have one break? Do we just want an intermission? We're the ones putting the money on the floor. They're grabbing every dollar. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, but that's what you also do. That's the thing. It's like, who are you to say? Like, you wish you could be them. That's the problem. I don't know. I just find it like so hypocritical.
It's us and the media. We're handing them every dollar. And we get it. You got it. You did it. You won. You played the fame game, the money game, the business game, the branding game. You won. I've been nervous. I've been nervous to say it. Several reasons why. Number one, I know someone in common with them. I can't let that be in the way. I've met them. Kim's nice. Chris is fine. Courtney's been fine. They're not paying my rent. It's too much. And I honestly have been afraid to say it. And it's not because Chris is the mafia.
I think it's the way, this is her roundabout way to be cool, to also say, I've met the Kardashians without being a fangirl. I hate them, but I met them and they were nice.
And controls a lot of the media because I don't give a cancel me. I check my balance. I'm okay. What are we saying to our kids? What is the message? Take it all, be as rich as possible, filter as much as possible, be as fake as much as possible, brag as much as possible, be self-involved and take pictures of yourself that make you look in the best light possible.
Bethenny, that's you. You do all of those things, and you have a child that's of an impressionable age. What do you think she sees? Her daughter's in her TikTok sometimes. So it's you're doing the same exact thing. I don't disagree with what she's saying about the Kardashians. It's just coming from her, it loses the relevance of the conversation completely, because it's okay, one person trying to get rich off of another person.
As much as possible, look like nothing like what you actually look like a shell of your former self as much as possible. Get plastic surgery and lie about it as much as possible. What the are we doing? Then do a charity donation to rinse it over as much as possible. What are we doing?
See, that part too, I think that's what she's doing with all of her stuff, with all her skinny girl, toxic diet culture, whatever stuff, trying to make, I don't know. She's got all these trademarks and things, and that was a point of contention with the cease and desist, because she owns certain things. She calls all these makeup. After the tutorial, she called one of the Kardashians' boxes a scam. It's a scam. And then someone looked it up and found out that she owns the copyright or the trademark for "It's a Scam." And then so people were like, oh, this is all to lead up to some big launch, some big "It's a Scam" makeup line or something. But then Bethenny clapped back, and we'll watch that part. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm bored of all of this, talking about the Kardashian stuff. But basically she did a beauty review of the skincare, or Kylie's box, whatever. We'll find. I have it saved. We can watch it. Let's talk about the TikTok drama. That's just a good understanding of okay, she is rich. She believes, she has definitely promoted a lot of people's diet culture. Thank you. Welcome to the membership. More emojis are coming, because now we should have enough, or close to enough, to add more. But then we need more. We need more. Becoming Bethenny. For my thank you for joining.
I don't shave my chochi.
I just wanted to tell you that, Mai.
There's too much bush.
And did you guys know?
I am dating the most evolved human being.
I am dating the most evolved human being that has ever walked the earth. Okay, let's see what we got here. I got my 17,000 videos from TikTok. But you'll see Bethenny be a real raging biatch, in my humble opinion, in some of these videos where she's responding to the backlash that she has gotten for doing these cease and desists. And I think that the problem is she feels totally comfortable talking shit about the Kardashians, talking shit about Meghan Markle, giving her opinion. But then as soon as someone gives their opinion on her, she's cease and desisting and trying to, silence them through legal court action. Okay. Oh, okay. This is not that. This is unrelated, sort of. But you know how I told you about the show, the Big Shot with Bethenny Frankel? Oops. Yeah. Isn't this cool? Isn't this a little bit more clean? I have a green screen, but whatever. I tried to clean it up so that it would look it would be easier, so I wouldn't lag as much, because the other one were lagging. She said watching that reality show is really good right now. Her reality show where she like basically verbally abuses all the contestants on the show, in my opinion. She's like, it's really good given the unemployment rate right now that people watch this show. So here's just a moment of that.
This show with excited. I think it's an incredible show at a perfect time for this show with the unemployment rate and with what's going on in the world. And I'm
excited for my show to come out, right? When you're talking about my shirt? The unemployment rate's really a good time to watch this show about me firing a bunch of people that want to work for me. It's a Teddy Fresh shirt or hoodie that I got in LA at a thrift store, but it's legit. Teddy Fresh. It's an extra large, so I can live in it. And then I'm a real guys. I'm revolutionizing fashion influencing right now. Watch. I have a Nike purple lavender running pants. Okay. This is what I've chosen to wear today. Thank you, Elizaveta or Elizaveta. A red box of popcorn. Thank you very, very much. Are you a skinny girl? Only skinny girls are allowed to be here. Only skinny girls are allowed.
I don't find anything funny.
That's our resident queen, Kendra.
This girl a mess, y'all.
I am a mess, y'all.
You're not freaking fine.
You're not freaking fine, Elizaveta. But thank you. Neil review. Everyone's like, oh, we liked it better when we didn't see what your knee looked like. Ooh. So I just had to put that in there. I don't think it's worth watching the entire series because, like I said, the winner doesn't even actually like work for the company, it seems like, anymore. And it was only a year ago for that show on HBO. But let's see. But if you want to see her be really, really mean, watch the first episode and you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, so here's Meredith Lynch. She is one of the women who Bethenny Frankel sent a cease and desist letter to recently. She took down all of her videos regarding Bethenny, I believe, but this is one of them that I think she took down, I believe, talking about the brand. And this is kind of what I'm talking about with the Kim Kardashian stuff. So let me know what you think. If you think this is totally defamatory and crossing the line that, she should be deleted and sued in court over. Okay, here we go.
Bethenny Frankel can yell about the Kardashians all she wants, but she also has to take some ownership for the fact that her products, marketed as Skinny Girl, have been incredibly harmful. And here's a peer-reviewed journal article all about it from Nicole Schott at the University of Toronto. So this journal article is called Food Marketing as a Pedagogical Act, Teaching Women to Consume Skinny. I've talked about it on here before. It's really good. In the opening, it says that this article deconstructs how skinny and diet labels are harmful discourses that individualize food choice responsibility and teach women that self-worth is a waistline measurement, okay? These lessons damage women's relationship to food, eating, and their bodies and the understandings of themselves. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff in this article. If you want the article, I can get it to you. But one of the most interesting things is that in 2011, the Huffington Post reported that Whole Foods had pulled Skinny Girl off their shelves after they'd found ingredients within the bottle were not what they had been claimed to be. Natural. Okay. So then it talks about the fact that in 2014, Lynn Greff, who was at the time the CEO of the National Eating Disorder Association, was quoted saying, okay, that she strongly disapproves of Skinny Girl products. This is her quote. We can say with certainty that obsession with skinny in the news, diets, and product marketing, such as Frankel's Skinny Girl cocktail brand, is over the top in pushing our young people to develop poor body image, fat shaming, and dangerous dieting behaviors in an attempt to meet unrealistic goals, okay? So here's the thing, Bethenny. If you want to have these conversations about how, you know, the Kardashians are creating unattainable beauty standards for young women, you gotta look at this, because you still have stuff with Skinny Girl on it. You haven't like ever come out and said, you know what, actually it was really problematic, it was really bad, I shouldn't have labeled stuff like that, okay? You have the CEO of the National Eating Disorder Association coming out and saying, Bethenny Frankel, calling your stuff Skinny Girl is problematic, unrealistic, not good for girls' body images. And then you get up here and you spout off all the stuff about the Kardashians, which I don't disagree with. Okay, I don't disagree that they are creating this unrealistic image, but like you did it too, and you're still doing it because you still have Skinny Girl branded stuff and you still promote Skinny Girl branded stuff, and it's still a problem. So that is why I think it's really hypocritical. I think she's in a glass house and she shouldn't be throwing stones across the street at the Kardashians, who are doing pretty much the same thing that you did. And that's all for now.
I guess she got nervous about that ending, and Bethany's like, get my lawyers on the phone now, stat. I must sue her for having an opinion that's different than mine. However, the Kardashians are straight trash. Okay, now speaking of the Kardashians again, here is the actual one about Kylie's face kit or whatever. And then she's using the scam, it's a scam thing, which comes up with the trademark conversation. But I think both of these videos, so both by creators of different sizes, Meredith Lynch has like over 100,000 followers. And like I said, Bethenny has 1 million. So I don't think either one is wrong. I think both of these reviews on TikTok should exist on TikTok and continue to be able to exist there. That's my stance on it. But I think that what we're about to watch now is no different. It's actually worse than Meredith reading from a peer-reviewed article and saying, like, I think you should look at this personally.
Girl, don't do it is not worth it. This is Kylie's birthday PR package with the same 2 products as these. This is $58. This is $175. I'm confused. I was confused. I thought something had to be different. There is something different. This has a box that you're going to throw in the garbage, unless you have a hamster that you're going to put in here. I'm like, it's a paper box. Like, it's a paper box. I'm confused. So I'm going to keep these, which are $58 because they're cute and because I bought them. This is going right back and getting returned because it's a scam. Breaking news, this just in. I just found out that Kylie Beauty does not accept returns, so I am stuck with a $117 cardboard box. Maybe I'll go to the mall and get myself a hamster. How stupid do we have to be? Like, I just want to know, like, how stupid do we have to be? Okay.
And she'll also say in her videos, like, I hate spending money. I'm a thrifty girl. This woman has, like I said, like $100 million or something insane like that to her net worth. It's crazy. Okay, I'm jumping around a little bit. So I have people's responses to her. So this is the other person she wrote a cease and desist for, too. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's like 5 parts, and she just reads from the, oh, thank you. She reads from the paper, so it's sort of boring after a while. Oh, wait. I've been watching your content for months, and I finally caught you live, so here's my money. Oh, it came up. It came up on the screen. Okay, good. Thank you, Valet. Oh, my gosh. Valet Jacquin. Sorry in advance for that. My bad.
What the heck?
What the heck? How do you pronounce it? Valeriakian. I have been watching your content for months now, and I finally caught you live, so have my money. My username's pronounced... Oh, you did it. Valeyalkinen. Valeyalkien. Did I get it right? Sorry.
Being a dick.
For being a dick. Here's a really creepy soundbite for you. Valeyalkien.
Your kids are gorgeous and they've gotten old.
Your kids are gorgeous and they've gotten old. Thanks, Dave. Okay, here, I appreciate it. And thanks for joining live. And in replay in the future. Here's another creator named The Bunny Barbie, who also got a cease and desist from Bethenny Frankel. And I believe this creator decided not to adhere to the threat and did not take her videos down.
Bethenny Frankel also sent me a cease and desist over true statement. I have facts and evidence for all of these statements, which I have shared before. I've also never received a cease and desist with no evidence on it, and then we asked them for evidence, and they said if I did anything, this is confidential and I would be breaking confidentiality. But I don't have any confidentiality agreement with her. I feel like I am being legally bullied. I will not be silenced. I literally have proof of everything. Leave me alone, finally. Use the money that you are gonna do to sue me and Meredith on your charity. That's what I think you should do.
Okay, so that was her response. I love it. And let me read the thing. It says, Bethenny Frankel sent a cease and desist. Okay, I feel everything I have said is true, and if there's no evidence, how could I give a receipt for it? Okay, no evidence has been given. So she goes on to read the entire legal document that was sent, and then her lawyer sent something back, and then they sent something back, then her lawyer sent something back. So she read the entire thing, and basically, the Bethenny Frankel team allegedly, according to this document that this creator wrote or read on a TikTok, said that, you know, you blankly have defamed her name. And they didn't give on this date, or, well, they gave dates of possible infractions, but they didn't say, when you said Bethenny Frankel was XYZ, that was a defamatory statement because it is a lie and you knew that or whatever. They just said blankly, like, do never use her name, delete every video you have mentioning her likeness, da da da. And so I think that's when the lawyer was like, okay, you need to ask, like, what are you saying you have proof of? And then Bethenny Frankel's lawyer said, like, we don't need to provide you that. And then her lawyer, this Bunny Barbie lawyer, said, well, if you don't have any proof, then we can sue you back, because she has a First Amendment right to say whatever she wants as long as it's not, you know, defaming anyone. So what do you have to say about that? And then that lawyer didn't say anything back. That's the summary, because watching it is sort of boring. And then this one says, they told me I could not have Bethenny's likeness on my page, which I feel like is infringing on my First Amendment rights and bullying. And then I also only talked about her after she made a video mocking me and then defamed me on her podcast, saying I'm nothing but a gold digger who lays on her back. It was never done anything for charity when the show was literally about women entrepreneurs that do charity. So I don't know about all that, but seems dramatic and interesting. Okay. Now this one, this is just another random story just to kind of talk about Bethenny's character, perhaps. This is from an account called Lundy Blockhart. Oh no. Hot girls here. I know. There's at least one. There's one hot girl here. Thank you. Sorry, I was reading. Bethenny bots. Those are the Bethenny bots. The other ones are the Dave bots. It's a different brand. Okay, this is from The View? They're all the fucking same. The View, the talk, the thought, the break, the idea, the mention, the tweet. Like, oh God, so many shows. So little time. All right, here it goes. This is just about, this host's experience with Bethenny. I just thought it was funny.
You know, Bethenny, I had a run-in with Bethenny.
Oh my gosh, tell us
a run-in
more.
is in
Do
like,
tell, darling.
I did.
Not a confrontation?
I did. We rented homes together next door to each other in the Hamptons a couple of summers ago.
You're so fancy.
I'm so fancy.
elitist.
I only rented
Fancy.
it for a week because that's all I can afford. But she rented it for the whole summer. And at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, her baby was asleep, and I'm drinking my rosé in the house, and I hear someone screaming at my son. And I came outside, and she was screaming at my little boy because he was making too much noise on the beach while her kid was sleeping. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, everybody.
How old was the kid that was sleeping? It's a nap time.
It was like he was 2 years old, but my son was probably like 8 or 9, and it was a beach. And I came out, and I gave her some nasty fever.
Oh, what did you say?
I can't repeat it.
No,
actually.
this is live streaming. You can say whatever you want. I hope Entertainment Tonight's
I told her
listening
that
to
adults
this,
speak to
'cause this is
adults,
good, yeah.
and that adults that want to try to intimidate kids are just bullies, and I asked her to try to bully me.
Did she?
Whoa,
No,
girl she did
fight.
not.
So Bethenny's getting into Hampton's fights with children, according to that woman. Who, I don't know why she would lie about that on live TV, but you know. Let's watch Bethenny's response to people being upset that that she was writing cease and desist letters trying to squash smaller creators. Let's see, because I think she took it down or someone took it down. Let's see, Heather the Lord, do you have it on here?
The time has come for me.
We love Heather the Lawyer here on this channel.
To tell you guys how I really feel about Bethenny Frankel. Okay, let's go. I am not surprised. For those who don't know, Bethenny Frankel sent a cease and desist letter to, from what I can gather, a number of content creators. A number, for those of you in Bethenny's legal department that are reviewing all the videos that mention her name. A number is accurate because I'm just saying a number. A number of TikTok creators to pull down videos, allegedly, that maybe they made about Bethenny's business. But isn't she the real mention it all, authentic podcast? You know, I'm going to talk about everything. It just happens to be that everything she talks about is a headline right now. And she really just picks on like the above her weight class people. And then make sure that you remember that she's a philanthropist. So you can't get upset with her because anything she says goes. The time has come.
I feel
for me
similarly.
to tell you
Okay,
guys.
we need her response though. Okay, and then there's also a whole other thing with Heather McDonald, who is a comedian. Now, okay.
The only reason I'm discussing...
Okay. The only reason I'm discussing this is because I'm from New York, and we always discuss stuff in New York. Any other state, we don't discuss. Only in New York. Okay, sorry. If you're from New York and you're offended, I apologize. Okay, here is some clarification. So I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but once I do the edited video, it should make sense in a timeline, chronological fashion. Here we go.
The only reason I'm discussing this ludicrous matter is because it's an example of how social media can be a breeding ground for false reporting. Just because someone has a tiny little fuzzy microphone doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. And people on here just spread fake news as if it's accurate. And because you're following them and they have many followers, you think you're...
I don't disagree with what she's saying here, you know, especially with like the Andrew Tates of the world that are like, you know, they get their podcast set up and now they're deemed authoritative or truthful. I don't agree with that. But... same again, projection. No one's got to listen to what you got to say either. So, you know, don't say, well, no one else can say anything because they just have a microphone. Don't trust them, but trust me. That's the part where I'm like, roll my eyes like, okay.
I think you're following someone who has a clue as to what they're talking about. So I will qualify this. I own many different trademarks. And I own It's a Scam in television as an idea that I had a long time ago for a television show because I always say it's a scam. I'm not doing any It's a Scam anything. I have no plans to do anything product-wise or television-wise. In fact, that when it expires, I don't even need it anymore because holding trademarks is expensive. But you could see when that was. So that is literally moot, and the dummies who report about things like this don't know what they're actually talking about because they're not looking at specific categories and how things are registered. I have an entire intellectual property department. So there's so many other things. I own...
Isn't it confusing? Okay, this part she's about to say is very interesting. So I was shocked. I think everyone will be shocked. Did to hear what it's about. But before we get there, she just said, oh, holding a trademark is expensive. And then in the same literal breath goes, I have an entire intellectual property department. Wouldn't that be more expensive than holding a trademark for a year or so, or however long she's had it? And also, the fact that it's on a TV show, I don't know what exactly she's responding to, like, you know, what specific accusations she's responding to here. But people were saying, because she did the Kim Kardashian box and said, it's a scam. She's trying to make it a thing, so that the fact that she owns that trademark was surprising to people. Like, oh, this seems like a calculated media manipulation tool to get people to associate it's a scam with you, so that when you come out with your show or when you come out with your merch or whatever, your makeup line, that it's already got its, you know, roots in the ground of like an organic social media campaign. And people are saying that that was inauthentic, which I would tend to agree with. I don't care what category it's in necessarily. Like, if you have a TV show called It's a Scam, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, that's very acceptable compared to something else. It's like, it just seems like you're trying to make a thing happen. You're trying to make fetch happen, and maybe it's going to happen or maybe it's not. Okay. And I know it's delayed on the chat, but what do you think Bethenny owns that's like a famous hashtag that's used in many, probably millions and trillions of Instagram photos and videos? Do you have any guess what she's about to say? Excuse me, that she owns? I will, oh my gosh. She gives Jeffree Star vibes. Like, she's the female version of Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star did the same thing, like shit on every, you know, brand jokingly about the tattoo artist brand. I forget which one that was. The Anastasia, whatever, would shit on everything. But his brand was the best. And then it turned out like, oh, it's all, you know, a scam too, and made like the worst product with Shane Dawson and all that, like that whole controversy. Yeah, okay, so I already see the answer, the correct answer. Maret, that's you. You got it right. Food porn. Here we go. I could not believe it. I was like, what? She owns the trademark food porn? Now, apparently this was supposed to be a show, I looked it up, that was about like a meatball restaurant or something, but she owns it, which is crazy.
The word food porn. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not fucking cucumbers. I just own the word food porn. So take a break about that. Second of all, cease and desists are reserved for people that defame other people and talk about other people's charitable efforts, which save people's lives. That is not something I'm going to fuck around with. And yes, I do have a team of lawyers. And yes, I will send a cease and desist. And guess what? I will take a motherfucker to court if they start to fuck around with my business by saying something that is defamatory or false. So check that and fucking try me. And the people that are also make these insinuations. Bethenny Frankel. I mean, look in the mirror because you're an embarrassment. I mean, really, like, so if you're going to follow someone and if you're going to report something, have your fucking facts straight, okay? If you're going to take a shot at this bee, you better not miss. The only reason I'm discussing...
It's giving me Toiletgate vibes. If I'm relatable to most people, if you don't send cease and desists, then I'm doing it wrong. And it gets worse. There's an even more scathing one where you can just fucking tell she's like so pissed off. And I guess I'm signing up. And I was thinking about this in the shower the other day. I was like, you know, what would I do if I got a cease and desist or if I got served with a lawsuit? And I'm like, and she, you know, she makes a pretty powerful statement. First of all, it probably would get me some airtime on the Today Show, which sign me up, baby. I want to be headline news. And secondly, I have nothing fucking to lose. I have no children. I don't own any property. Like, I have a minimal amount of money in my bank account. What can you take from me that I already haven't not given to myself? I have only things to gain from a court interaction. And I'm the type of person who has said publicly again and again that I loved jury duty and I have nothing else to do with my time. So sign me up, B. I'll take the challenge because why the fuck not? Let's like have a reality show. Like it could be Judge Judy style, Bethenny Frankel versus Kia's World, and we'll just debate different topics. And I could become a millionaire and then I can retire and never do anything ever again. Oh, man. Okay, so let's find the other one. She responds again, even more mad. And she was also like DMing people. Okay. Now this. Okay, so Molly B. McPherson, if you're from the Hollis Uncensored, she also does a lot of content about the Hollises and their stuff. She's like a PR professional. And she's really cool. And I like her take on things. So she's duetting the second response. So I think I should be able just to hear it through here. So here we go. Think about tarot. You're right, tarot. I think they allow cats in prison. She'll free me. She'll come through the gates. You're right. I have tarot to think about. But tarot just got her yearly vaccines and she got her 3 years rabies shots. So she's got at least 3 years of where she can be, on the streets waiting for me outside. We'll just set up the webcam eventually and I can watch it and everyone can put money in my canteen. I'm sorry, everybody. You're right. Tarot. Where is Tarot? Tarot! I know she's really mad at me for tricking her into getting her into the crate that she hates. Okay. Tarot, when you come here, we'll continue this conversation. Okay, here we go. She's coming. Come here, baby. Everyone's concerned about you.
Let's get into it. I sent a cease and desist to 2 women. One of them was spreading negative information about Be Strong, which has done more than $200 million in worldwide aid, currently $1.5 million in Florida. And you can look up all the information. You can look up the 501c3, where all the money goes. It's all there for you to see. So when someone starts talking about Be Strong,
I cannot find that information. Bethenny, if you're watching, please send us that information because I would love to review it and see what you're talking about because I could not find it. The 501c3 stuff. She's right. Come here, kitty. Come here. Make your entrance. She's shy. She's like, I'm not getting tricked again.
my flag goes up. Number 2, talking about my trademarks, you can go look up my trademarks. They're all there to see. But there's nothing to do with scam and any new show or any new product or anything having anything to do with my reviews. I've been saying it's a scam for years and registered it in podcasts and television. I think hats and sweatshirts, you can go look. I also...
Like, who can... I don't know what... Again, I don't know what the original critique was, but, like, what does it matter, like, which category you have it in? If it's in hats and shirts and podcasts and shows, like, I think that proves the point that there's some maybe possibly, if not deception, maybe is too strong of a word, but, like, some, you know, strategic planning involved here by saying it's a scam.
People were saying that I once had a makeup line. I had a lip gloss line and face wash and creams, and I didn't develop that. That was something that was a private label deal, and that has been a long time, and I've never said that I didn't have that. But there were things about my business and charity that were incorrect.
So that was the part that people were...
Bethenny, let's get in.
Oops, sorry. Oh, there she is. Hold on. We'll take a short break. Sorry for everyone who's, like, not interested in the tarot portion of the show. Oh, she's escaping. Oh, there's her butt. She's angry. She's not angry. She's just distrusting of me today. So I put her through hell. And myself through hell. Getting her to the vet, but she's healthy. Yeah, so she was like, she has been saying, like we just talked about in the beginning of this video, or not this video, but this video, this live stream, that she's like, I never wear makeup. I don't know anything about makeup, telling Gayle King on CBS Morning News, like, I don't know anything about makeup. That's why I decided to do these tutorials, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she's got a private label makeup line from, you know, however long ago. And if you look up the promo for that, she claims back then, oh yes, I was very involved in the you know, creation of that. And we can look at the articles for that, so.
Been a long time, and I've never said that I didn't have that, but there were things about my business and charity that were incorrect. That is the reason for a cease and desist. Anyone can say anything they want about me. Say I'm ugly, say I'm old, say you hate my salad dressing and preserves and popcorn and whatever I'm doing. Say whatever you want. Talk about me as much as you want. It is a free country. Say inaccurate, false pieces of information about a relief effort that saves lives, and say something about my business that is inaccurate and don't understand how to read trademark documents, then you're spreading false information, which now other people are spreading. So that's number one. Number two, the other person that was served a cease and desist was a person cast in a show that was unnamed, and MGM cast her. I met her in a whole group with a bunch of people at dinner. I was partners with MGM. We were going to produce a show about a group of women in Florida, and that show didn't go through. This woman...
Okay, that's the bunny Barbie case. I don't know much about that one.
And then started posting that I cost her money and she didn't work. I held her up. I have no contract with her. Ask her to show you the contract. Ask these people to show you the receipts like you're asking me. I have all the receipts.
Where?
Yes, I will send a cease and desist to someone who lies about me in a business capacity. You could say anything about my face, anything about what you think about anything in my life. But when you lie about me in a business capacity, I'm going to send a cease and desist. As for the other desperate person that placed the item in page 6 and said that I'm the biggest hypocrite in Hollywood, leave the lines to Kathy Hilton on the reunion, because if you're going to be a creator, you might as well come up with original material. And I don't live in Hollywood. I live right here on the East Coast. Let's get into it.
Okay. I guess the first one was more scathing, actually, from my memory. I conflated the two. She's like, try me, bitch. You better, if you're going to face off with this bee, you better bring it. Okay. Cool. All right. So this one is, it's not really important. It's just kind of like two celebrities fighting it out. But Heather McDonald, who's a comedian, she weighed in on this controversy, doesn't like Bethenny. And I thought it was a little bit nice that, or refreshing, that she is in this video is going to talk about all the things that she thinks Bethenny was going to come back with, and sort of getting ahead of the conversation. So I thought it was interesting. And she has nothing to do with anything, but she's backing Meredith up and the bunny woman. Now, basically, we'll go back to the bunny one, Bunny Barbie, in a second to talk about the show, because there's like a reality show thing. And basically what I think she's accusing, what that woman is accusing Bethenny of, is that they met at dinner. Bethenny met with these like women in Florida for dinner, and then like she claims that she had said something like a funny phrase or something at that dinner, and then like 3 days later or a couple days later or a couple weeks later, Bethenny filed a trademark for that thing that this woman said. And so she was accusing her of like stealing it, or I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to say. None of that could be true. I'm just retelling it from my dumb brain.
Okay, little update. According to a video I just saw of Bethenny, she landed. She probably read the page 6 article, and she's hinting that she's not surprised that it's someone, she doesn't say my name, but I believe she's talking about me, saying that I'm pulling for low-hanging fruit, talking about this so that this person, being me, can stay relevant. So I predict that Bethenny goes forward because she says she's going to have a response. I believe that response will be that Heather McDonald is desperate to stay relevant. She's always wanted to be a housewife. She is dying to be part of that world, which is true because I'm going to BravoCon, but not true because I don't want to be on Housewives. Also, she's going to say that I haven't been on television since Chelsea lately, which is true or not. I haven't been on a series, but I've been doing Juicy Scoop, which is super successful for the last 7.5 years and paved the way for other female podcasters to be successful. You're welcome, Bethenny Frankel. And then she's going to say, I've got nothing going on. Oh, by the way, I do have a sold out show of 1,100 seats in New York City on Saturday night, and you can get the streamer details at the end of this.
Okay, I don't really care that much. This one is the more exciting one. That was her response to the response, but this is like the one where she calls her out.
I never thought this day would come, but it has come. I am here to mention it all. That's right. Okay, let's talk about Bethenny. Let's talk about Bethenny Frankel. I talked to Meredith Lynch. Now it's all over TikTok. I talked to her because my heart was broken for what she went through. Seeing this young, smart creator, truth finder, get shut down by Bethenny Frankel, sending a cease and desist to her email saying, if you speak of this again, you're breaking confidentiality and you can't speak about this at all. I was so freaked out for her that when I talked about it on Juicy Scoop today, I hid it in like a movie parody that I wrote about a crazy woman that would talk about different condiments from an expensive store and from a little store, thinking everyone would get that I'm talking about what an asshole Bethenny Frankel is, parodying her makeup reviews. Well, a lot of people didn't get it, and they're like, what's up with that boring story, Heather? So now I'm going to say it. I'm disgusted by this. I want everyone to know that Bethenny is the biggest hypocrite in Hollywood, and believe me, I've met a lot of them. But if you ask me, this is the most hypocritical thing that someone in her position has done. Someone who's become famous for speaking her mind and giving her opinion is now shutting down influencers, and not all influencers, because some influencers she would reach out and wink at, and now they love her. Oh, Bethenny didn't send me a cease and desist. We know exactly what you're doing. You picked the wrong person in the wrong platform, because I support women, and you know what? You don't. And I think the biggest lesson here is that Ramona Singer was right when she said, and you know what, Bethenny? Wow, Bethenny, wow. You know what? You don't support women. You really don't. You didn't go to my anti-skincare line. It's really it's really disturbing, okay? Because I love TikTok. My daughter's on TikTok.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't know who that is. So that's another kind of part of the drama that you may have heard of in regards to this whole thing. Was that Heather McDonald was somehow involved. That's her involvement, is that she was like, yeah, Bethenny
We're
sucks.
the ones that turn. We're the ones.
Shut up. Stop it. Stop talking. Okay. Now, should we talk about the Be Strong stuff? We sort of talked about the drama somewhat. Oh yeah, we got the bunny thing. So the bunny, hold on. That's not a long one.
Bethenny Frankel also sent me.
Bethenny Frankel is a Frankel. Damn, insult. Okay, let me find the one about Bethenny Frankel. Gotta just scroll down, and I don't know how she would have been involved with Bethenny Frankel. It looks like this person's like an influencer, and somehow, got involved or was going to be picked up for a show of some sort, because she's got a lot of. Actually, I'll do this over here so you don't get like sick from me scrolling really fast. The Bunny Barbie Bethenny Frankel. Excuse me. Okay.
Bethenny Frankel.
Here we go. Oops. Now, she's responding. This Bunny Barbie is responding to a comment that says, "Why is Bethenny so obsessed with you?" This is from September 29th. Here we go.
Frankel apparently has always planned on being a disgusting human to me. First video on my For You page this morning is Meredith. Meredith showed Bethenny's trademarks. One, which she filed a trademark for a show, which was supposed to be my show, for momsters, calling me a fucking monster. The show was about women who are entrepreneurs and do charity work. She filed this trademark on March 2nd, 2020. What's the date right here? March 8th, 2022. She lied to my face. Bethenny Frankel apparently has always planned on being a disgusting human to me.
So that's that. But the interesting part about this is that the comments on it are pretty supportive of Bethenny. Someone says 2 million follow you. Why? You lie. Go find something else to do without throwing people under the bus. Who are you? It's 2022. People have changed since then. And then I don't know who Michaela is, but someone says, I swear she set Michaela up. And then some more negative comments are like, I've never understood how people don't see right through her, blah, blah, blah. I tend to agree. I mean, I'm coming in late to the game, but I'm assuming that there was never anything good going on. So, okay, let's look at the trademarks. I have to go in 20 minutes, so we'll look at the trademarks and see what the heck is going on. Bethenny Frankel. You know who else has trademarks? Rachel and Dave Hollis. They got a lot of random ass trademarks. They got some trademarks. Bethenny Frankel. Thing is, like, I help people with my charity, but I also shit on other people. It's so funny. Okay. Owner. Submit. I hate these websites so much. How do I do it? I always forget. Word. Okay. Basic word search. Word and design. Word and or design freeform. Thanks, My. My says, Tarot deserves a treat. Raise for her cameos. She does. You know what else? I haven't told everyone yet.
Oh, no, it's okay. I don't get sick.
I don't get sick. No, I'm just kidding. Tarot needs to be on a diet, according to the vet. She needs to lose 5 pounds.
Whatever. We hate him.
We hate the vet because he's putting my poor chonkalicious chunky on the skinny girl diet. She basically eats not a lot, but she has free roam of her auto feeder, and I trust her to make smart choices. But the vet told me that I have to make those choices for her as her mom. So there we go. My thank you. I will give her some treats though. Maybe some toy treats.
I am not a medical authority, but
I will be giving her some treats.
Pull it out. Let's see.
Thank you, Mai. Okay. Does anyone have any tips for this? Because this has also screwed me up before. I just need to search for her name. Why does the government make everything hard? Bethenny Frankel scam. Oh. Stop the scam? Skinny girl? I don't know what the fuck. I'm just like typing stuff. Actually, let's look at skinny girl and then maybe that'll turn up. Skinny girl. Okay. These people on TikTok are way fucking smarter than me because this is what happened last time. I was trying to find stuff from Rachel Hollis's trademarks. Okay, look at how difficult this is. It's like this website looks like it's from like 2001. It's like basic word. This option cannot be used to search design marks. Okay, fine. Word and or browse search. Word and or design search code. Boolean. I don't know. Search term. Skinny girl. Submit. But then all this shit comes up. Why? Skinny dipped cups? I don't know. I'm not getting anything back. I don't know how they did it. Bethenny Frankel. Well, we might have to skip the trademark part because I'm not wise enough to understand how to do this. Like, I'm clicking, okay, thrift vintage. Why would that come up under Bethenny Frankel? Frankel is on there. Purple pussy. That is a clothing and apparel. Well, we might have to do this on the other part. Let's look at the charity. That's the other part. Oh, I hope that doesn't happen to Daryl. I'll let you know. Okay, we're back on the Bethenny Frankel bad website. This one also looks like it's from 1999. Bethany's Betox Detox. All the details. Wow, she's really keeping it real, guys. She is definitely not, making anyone feel like there's an unrealistic beauty standard. For sure. She really keeps it real. Okay, so you can do a Betox Detox, which is smoothies. Oh, it's a PDF? God, come on. Let's see what you're supposed to eat on 7 days. Aim for 5 to 6 liquid meals and fiber and light vegetarian dinner. Remove the act of chewing to give the body a digestive break. Drink filtered water throughout the day. Self-care detox, try dry brushing. Okay, that's like an Ayurvedic thing. Then on day 2, you aim for 4 to 5 liquid meals and fiber and a light lunch and dinner. Keep it close to nature with fruits and vegetables and some protein. Drink filtered water. Try tongue scraping. Okay, so she's not going to say this is Ayurveda. This is what that is. Then you have 1 to 2 liquid meals a day, so you're eating more meals. Bethenny keeps it vegan to reduce digestive stress during detox. It goes on and on. And then disclaimer, this is not medical or nutritional advice. It seems like it is.
I am not a medical authority, but
here's my detox. Okay, so she's definitely not promoting diet culture with these things. Okay, then she's making healthy Italian toast and eggs. Okay, wonderful. But I want to see, she's got Skinny Girl cherry juice. Life should be lived without guilt. We created Skinny Girl cherry juice so you can thrive and live your fullest, healthiest, and best life. We expect the best from ourselves, and what we put into our bodies should be no exception. Quality without ingredients. And she's got wine. She's got supplements, food and drink. She does have her jeans. Skinny Girl jeans. There you go. You can still purchase them. Denim for every body. Whoever said, where's her jean line? Apparently she still got them. Okay, but for real. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's look at the Be Strong. This is what she talks about. And basically, like, the reason why you're not supposed to criticize her, right? Like, you can't criticize me because, I run a charity that has millions of dollars and whatever. But she's like, all the paperwork's there. Okay. I'm obviously too dumb to figure out the trademarks at this moment. But I might also be too dumb to figure out the paperwork for this charity. But let's do it together since this is our pre-work research hour. So, Be Strong, providing emergency assistance to people in crisis, an initiative in partnership with Global Empowerment Mission. Now, that's a real charity or nonprofit. So, she's a partner. Now, that's different, though, than running your own nonprofit. If anyone's in the nonprofit space, tell me why you would maybe do that as opposed to running your own. Now, some people would say, well, because she says like 100% of the donations that you give to Be Strong goes to like operations in the sense of like to gift cards and you don't have to worry about overhead. Fine, but then why not expressly say that? Like, that's what I'm sort of confused about, because why call it Be Strong? Why don't you just tell people to donate through her link to this other group? Okay, so she's saying that Ukraine, this is all the things that this Be Strong goes to. So I can't read it, I'm blind. Let's see. Okay, Be Strong's mandate is getting refugees out and aid into Ukraine. Be Strong and Global Empowerment Mission have established 5 warehouses. Okay, so Be Strong and Global Empowerment, I think those are like one and the same, if I'm not mistaken. Like Global Empowerment is the nonprofit, and then Be Strong is like an arm, if that, or it's just a conduit to send donations. And she gets to go and like take pictures, like handing out, you know, toilet paper to people. Like that's fine, but I'm just sort of confused as to let me see the paperwork. Let me see all the millions of dollars where they're going, because I don't believe I can, the way this is set up. Okay, Be Strong and Global Empowerment Mission have established a welcome center in Poland, Ukraine border, expansion into Hungary and Romania. Okay. And then as always, 100% goes to the effort. Updated video here. This is from February 27, 2022.
The Be Strong update. We now will have 10 tents at the border of Ukraine and Poland in order to facilitate people's specific needs. One tent might be for hygiene, another for babies, another for travel. So it's very, very organized. In addition, we are securing a warehouse so we can amass, organize, and distribute aid accordingly in Poland. These massive camps that are being built are a temporary solution and are not great for Europe. So we need to get people to where they need to go. We have computers and volunteers and iPads and are partnering with a travel agent to help facilitate travel logistics. Many people want to stay in Poland, so that will require...
Okay, we don't need to know actually the specifics of all this, but I want to know the logistics. I guess it doesn't matter really, but why would you make, again, like why call it Be Strong? Why not just say, give to the charity that I work with, Global Empowerment Mission? Why would you give it a different name and say it's your thing, unless you're trying to self-promote yourself? Okay, so this is when you click donate, it brings you to this, which is providing emergency assistance to people in crisis, an initiative in partnership with Global Empowerment Mission. Okay, I can give, money. I can, she's standing there with the hashtag, this is a crisis. I wonder if she owns that hashtag. If only I could figure it out. But that's it. Like, where is that is the beach. This is this page with a bunch of words on it and a links to videos on her YouTube page.
This is a Be Strong update. Our team...
Okay, I don't care. But that is the website. Like, oh, hey, trust us. Your millions of dollars is going somewhere to this other charity that, I know about. So I looked it up. Let me find the PDF. I looked it up because I could obviously download the real nonprofits tax information. Or I didn't get their tax information. I got what they said they spent things on. And Be Strong's in it a lot. But again, because Be Strong is not apparently some sort of its own organization, I cannot see where each dollar goes to. And the fact that she's like, you can go read it online, I'm finding that to be difficult. And she always, it's not like, oh, Be Strong has its own website. It's just under Bethenny/Be Strong. I'm just confused. I mean, I'm open to what it could mean and what it could be, but I'm a little confused. Okay, let's go to the Global Empowerment Mission. And this guy who runs, I think they're like partners. Okay, so Michael Capone is a humanitarian leader and founder of Global Empowerment Mission, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing relief to victims of natural and man-made disasters alike. Okay. Now he had some sort of Michael Capone. Let's see. Now he's an American businessman, right? Okay. he is best known for helping develop Miami Beach's nightlife and his humanitarian work with his foundation Global Empowerment Movement. So he's... Oh, it says in 1990s, Capone had developed an 800 per day heroin habit. Jesus Christ. Okay, but I'm pretty sure... Let's put Bethenny Frankel here. Okay, well, let's see the paperwork. So this is the Global Empowerment Mission. Financials, annual report. Okay, this is what I want to look at, and I want to download it because... Or I want to look... No, I want to download it so I can search. Okay, this is their 2020. I don't see 2021, so they're a little bit behind. But if I search Be Strong, it comes up quite a bit. Comes up, let's see how many times on there. 26 times. Okay. So it says Global Empowerment Mission is appreciative to all partners and major gift donors who generously help us restore hope and opportunity in the lives of those most affected. Global Empowerment Mission is proud to be the official Be Strong initiative partner. Bethenny Frankel's Be Strong program is a disaster relief initiative that provides real-time emergency assistance to individuals and their families in crisis. Since the launch of Be Strong initiative in 2017, it has raised and distributed millions of dollars in cash and supplies for victims of natural disasters around the world. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's all good. But where is it? What is it? Does it have a building? Does it have a P.O. box? Who's running it? Who's on the board of it? Is there a board? I don't know. In the United States, Puerto Rico, South America, the Caribbean islands, and now Australia, children, families, women, and men whose lives have been upended by catastrophe have found a helping hand and start recovery programs at Be Strong. Okay. This is COVID response, all 50 states. GEM Impact Phase 1. Be Strong responded in the first phase, disaster relief, by providing over $8 million worth of PPE to 700 plus facilities in all 50 U.S. states. Okay, great. But how? What is Be Strong? What is this? And again, okay, distribution of 150,000 Be Strong cash cards. So it just seems like people are donating to Bethenny. And then is Be Strong a company? I don't know if this logistically works necessarily, but if anyone cares. But to me, it's like, there's something a little sketchy going on. Okay, this is U.S. small business rebuild. Now, this is after civil unrest. Be Strong mobilized to assist non-insured small business owners who suffered due to the coronavirus pandemic and recent civil unrest. So throughout the first and second phase, this initiative was supported 100 plus small business owners with $100,000 in Be Strong cash cards. Okay, then the Bahamas, Hurricane Dorian, GEM, which is this nonprofit, Be Strong, continued operations from 2019. Okay, again, Australia fires, Be Strong responded. Who is Be Strong? Again, is it just Bethenny on her own is going? Kelly says she started this after the hurricane in Puerto Rico years ago and then started this company. Okay. On their website, under Join Team Gem, you can create your own fundraising event group thing. I guess that's what she uses. I just thought it was much bigger than that. Like that, the way she talks about it, like it's changing millions and trillions of lives. Like I don't disagree that it is, but okay, I see 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, but where's the $8 million come in? Like you need to take some paperwork of this to make sure that all the money is being distributed correctly and properly. That's the point of making it a nonprofit, so that you can have all this information and you can, make sure that your money is going where it says it's going. They did the Puerto Rico earthquakes, gave people gift cards, a lot of gift cards. Tennessee tornadoes, gift cards. And again, like, this is GEM's entire year. Like, what would they be doing without Be Strong? Nothing? I'm just... I'm a little confused. $36,000. More research needs to be done by someone who's smart. Not that I'm stupid necessarily, but I'm no expert. But it's just, again, like 100,000, 75,000, 100,000, it's great, it's amazing. But this is all donated by Bethenny's fans, I'm assuming. And then partner benefactors, Be Strong. I'm just confused. It just doesn't seem super strongly legit, in my opinion. Maybe this is how rich people operate, and I'm just a dum-dum and she said dum-dum. That's why I keep saying dum-dum too. It's in my head. But yeah, like, okay, other than this, like a little like, hey, fundraise through me. If I just decide, hey, I'm going to donate money to the American Red Cross. Everyone give me $20 and I'll send it to the Red Cross. I'm not going to be like, I run the Red Cross. I started a global company supporting people all over the world. I donated $100. Like, is that what's going on here? I mean, I know she's donating a lot of money, but it's weird that, yeah, like in the report, exactly. Something's interesting. And I wonder too, yeah, this is a good point as well. Like, are you saying like, I donated, you're raising $100 million in your name and then giving it to this organization and saying like, oh, I donated $100 million so I get a tax write-off of $100 million. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a dum-dum. I don't know anything. I'm just guessing and asking questions, which I think you're allowed to do in this country. I think. I am a woman, so I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to be quiet. I'm supposed to be quieter than this. Okay, definitely some sketchy stuff in my humble opinion about that. Just generally. And I want to go to the About page, and I have to wrap in the next 5 minutes. So let's just give a final look at Bethenny here. See how she describes herself. She's got a lot of text on her website. You gotta read a lot, which I hate, but you know, here's another non-makeup photo. She never wears makeup whatsoever. Yes, I actually invented cancer research. It's by me and only me. Give me money. And then also never criticize me because I did something good for the world. Bethenny Frankel is a self-made businesswoman, TV producer, multiple New York Times bestseller author, and mother. Bethenny recently made a multi-year deal with MGM Television and Mark Burnett to generate unscripted television projects that she will produce. Coming to HBO Max, Bethenny is set to headline a new business competition series. This is old because this aired in 2021. That's the one I told you about. In the upcoming 8 series, blah, blah, blah. And again, the winner of that, nowhere to be seen. She's gone. She is the founder and CEO of Skinny Girl, a lifestyle brand offering practical solutions to women, including the launch of the Skinny Girl Jeanswear collection, which sold out on HSN within its first few hours. Bethenny has teamed up with Endeavor Content to create Just Be, a podcast devoted to being a self-made mogul in business. Oh, mogul, self-made mogul. Rach. Paging Dr. Rach.
Rach. Me. This situation is a red flag.
And beyond. Just Be with Bethenny Frankel launched in September 2020, instantly topping the charts, becoming ranked number 4 on the Apple Podcast episodes chart and the number 1 podcast in the society and culture category within the first week. Just Be with Bethenny Frankel is available on Apple, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Awesome. From becoming a natural food chef and marketing Bethenny Bakes, her healthy baked goods service, to selling princess pashimas at house parties and creating the low-calorie cocktail category with the launch of Skinny Girl cocktails, Bethenny has always identified and capitalized on business opportunities. True. A true entrepreneur. To further build Skinny Girl cocktails, Bethenny partnered with Beam Suntory in 2011 to grow her portfolio to include wines, flavored vodkas, and ready-to-drink cocktails, and also sliced deli meat, as everyone was commenting on earlier. Let's see, I'm reading your comments. I know everyone's got a number 1 podcast and a number 1 best-selling book. It's crazy. It's amazing how everyone's so talented. That's already rich, and probably somehow lying. Okay, Since the launch of Skinny Girl Cocktails, she has expanded the Skinny Girl brand into a global lifestyle empire featuring products from women that offer practical and stylish solutions to everyday problems. Yeah, being fat, being disgusting, that's the problem that Skinny Girl Cocktails solves. With the launch of the Skinny Girl Jeanswear collection in September 2018, Skinny Girl has become more than a brand, but also an attitude that helps empower women to lead healthy lives and feel strong, honest, and fearless. Some of the many other Skinny Girl products include microwave popcorn, candy, salad dressings, coffee, tea, liquid sweeteners, water enhancers, shapewear, and most recently, candles, skin, and body care. Okay, here's the philanthropist part, so maybe she'll give us some insights on this. I was invited to interview with her ex-boyfriend's sketchy investment firm. Yeah, so also just her personal life. She's got a kid who's, I think, 12 or something like that. And she had an ex-husband, and then she had a fiance. I don't know if they actually got married, but she had a second guy, and now they're done. So she's single again. So she's a solopreneur. Okay. Not fulfilled by business alone, Bethenny's life experiences have inspired her to help others find their own strength and resilience with the launch of Be Strong and giving them gift cards. No, it doesn't say that, but that's what apparently she does. A worldwide initiative in partnership with Global Empowerment Mission. Okay, so that is it. Providing people with much needed gift cards, bank cards, and critical supplies so they are able to deliver aid in real time. So, wait, you're giving them to the suppliers or you're giving them to the people? Her team collects aid and donations from across the country to help individuals and their families affected by natural disasters impacting Texas, Florida, Mexico, Northern California, Dominica, Guatemala, North Carolina, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Florida Panhandle. As a result of Bethenny's efforts, Be Strong has marshaled, that's a very interesting word, marshaled, over 10 million pounds of aid. 10 million pounds of aid that was destined primarily for Puerto Rico. It's such a weird sentence. As a result of Bethenny's efforts, Be Strong had marshaled over 10 million pounds of aid that was destined primarily for Puerto Rico. But that was destined or made it there? Bethenny helped coordinate the chartering of 55 private planes to help deliver aid and relief to those hit hardest by the disaster, raising approximately $1.25 million in cash cards. Wow, interesting. So weird. Okay, raising approximately $1.25 million in cash cards and collecting over $20 million worth of disaster relief to distribute. This has been called one of the largest privately run humanitarian efforts in U.S. history. What? Be Strong has supported immediate aid programs in the Bahamas after Hurricane Dorian, as well as in Australia to help combat the devastating wildfires. To combat the COVID-19 pandemic, Be Strong worked with various specific hospitals, medical facilities, and governments nationwide. You worked with governments, Bethenny? Give me a break. To provide masks for medical professionals on the front lines. Additionally, they raised funds for Corona kits, which had the essentials for families to prevent coronavirus, including masks, gloves, antibacterial, sanitation wipes. Bethenny also worked to deliver aid to Texas residents affected by Winter Storm Uri. To date, over 10,000 individuals, companies, and foundations have contributed to Be Strong's efforts. Most recently, Bethenny set up the Be Strong Wynn Parks Bronx Residence Fund to distribute survival kits and cash cards to help the Bronx building fire victims. Okay, largest privately run humanitarian efforts in U.S. history. I'm going to search that out later. I mean, I guess that's Red Cross is a nonprofit, privately run. I'll have to look that up. I need an expert. Anyone know a nonprofit expert that I could speak to? What if she's like, please send gift Please send Nike gift cards to me so I can distribute those to people in Puerto Rico who have no electricity. I'm just a little teeny weensy bit suspicious, if you couldn't tell. And then this just says that she was a guest on Shark Tank, and she was a fan favorite, of course. She left the Real Housewives of New York to focus on her daughter, her philanthropy, and her partnership with Mark Burnett, who is the guy who made Survivor. Bethenny also has been named one of the top 100 most powerful celebrities, so definitely needs to be writing cease and desist to small creators for sure. Okay, that's just her on Apprentice. And then she's a 5-time New York Times bestselling author of Skinny Dipping, which is a novel, A Place of Yes, 10 Rules for Getting Everything You Want Out of Life, Naturally Thin, Unleash Your Skinny Girl, Free Yourself from a Lifetime of Dieting, The Skinny Girl, Dish, Easy Recipes for Your Naturally Thin Life, and I Suck at Relationships So You Don't Have to. She has also authored Skinny Girl Solutions, Simple Ideas, Extraordinary Results, the children's book, Cookie Meets Peanut, and the cocktail book, Skinny Girl Cocktails. Why are they all so predictable? Cookbook, children's book, novel, and self-help book. That seems to be the it's more than a trifecta, the full range of annoying self-help persona completion. Events company, check. 5 books of different categories trying to capitalize on all of your fan base, check. Divorce, check. What else? Social media meltdown on TikTok, check. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. I have to hit the road. Oh, really? Mark Burnett? Dang, okay, I'm writing that down. What did you think of this? It's a little bit loosey-goosier than normal, but I think it helped me. And then you can also comment of this video any extra stuff that I should look into, and then I'll work on the edited version so we can definitely get that lawsuit, baby. Get them lawsuits. Like I said, got nothing to lose except for Terrell. But Terrell will be fine. I'm not gonna go to jail. Nothing I said was nothing I said was false that I knew was false that I said out of malice. So, and also I just want to say, the court case that I was a juror for, the defendant defended themselves. So everyone's like, you have to have a lawyer. Apparently not. She went to prison. She didn't have a lawyer though. The stakes were high and she didn't have to have a lawyer. So, again, I don't have any money. So she ain't going to get much in return, for suing me. Not that she will, but
Oh, okay. Cult.
The Cult of Kia's World. The Bethenny Frankel story. All right, but I don't want to go to court necessarily. It's a lot of pain in my ass. So let's clear that thought from our minds.
Clear.
Clear that thought from our minds. And if you're going on a diet, make sure you buy some Skinny Girl bologna tonight. And remember,
You have a wig in your panties.
all right, you got a wig in your panties, everybody. See, everyone, cease and desist is on its way. It's in the mail, babes. It's in the mail.
Ooh, shit.
All right, peace. If you want to join the membership, I made a private Reddit account. I'm going to be launching, sending out the login things or the invites to if you're in the membership so we can have more discussions there. YouTube membership is good for sharing things through YouTube, but it's hard for people to make their own posts and things. So I'm adding the Reddit community as part community. God kill me. I'm adding the Reddit thread as part of the incentive to join the membership if you're interested. And I like the membership because it allows me to know how much money I will have at the end of the month.
Whatever.
Money shmoney, but it does help with knowing that I will not be on the street. No, I won't be on the street, I don't think. If Steven walks away, then maybe. I'm just kidding, he won't.
You're not freaking fine.
Right, Steven? Right?
I am not problematic.
Anyways.
This person is not okay.
And talking about myself. So yeah, if you've been on the fence about it, there's 2 different tiers. It is Choose Sadness and the Pancake Breakfast Club. And if you join the Pancake Breakfast Club, you get your name at the beginning and at the end of all the live streams and all the videos from now until you decide to leave me, which everyone ends up doing. I'm just kidding. All right, everyone. If you want to do it, there's a link in the description. It's called Join the Membership. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.